you've learned from the brother who the late great rather, because he's no longer with us. Salute to him and his family, the great Nazim Richardson on Rapping Hands. Now, speaking of Nazim Richardson, there was a situation. There were two situations, and I want to bring them up because it's very relevant to your experience in learning how he handled the situation under pressure. There was one situation where Bernard Hopkins was in the dressing room. He was getting his hands wrapped, and Tito Trinidad was getting his hands wrapped. And the brother Nazim Richardson, he had made some references to make Tito Trinidad re-wrap, or his trainer rather, re-wrap his hands. And then we saw a situation where brother Nazim Richardson is the one who discovered Antonio Margarito. This is public record now. This is not me just bringing this up because Nazim is no longer here or I'm from Philly or none of that. This is public record. This is fact. Nazim Richardson caught Antonio Margarito in the dressing room when he was watching the trainer wrap his hands against when he fought Sugar Shane Mosley. And he saw a big block fall out of the hand wraps of Antonio Margarito while he was watching him get his hands wrapped. In boxing, we call it plaster of Paris, which basically hardens because it's wet as time progresses and it becomes a cast. And that was the same cast that was assumed to be used when Margarito fought Miguel Cotto. And he tried to do it against Sugar Shane Mosley, but the great Nazim Richardson, he stopped that from happening. And of course, when he didn't have those plaster of Paris in his hand, he got knocked out by Sugar Shane Mosley. Now, saying all of that, you were there watching what happened. You learned some of these things from Nazim Richardson and how he responded. You had your test of time when that situation happened to you. When you were asked, I think this was about 3 years ago, you were asked by Scooter, Stephen Fulton's trainer. You were asked by him to come and check out Adam Lopez, who was in his own dressing room, ready to fight Cool Boy Steph. You saw the fact that something happened that was unusual back there with the hand wraps. Tell us that story, man.
We was in Reading. They was fighting in Bethlehem, and it was the Sands at that time. Now it's Will Creek. Now
Will Creek Casino.
Yeah, and I was in the dressing room, and his trainer asked me, he's like, "Yo, can you go look at them get wrapped?" And I watched them rap. So I'm watching them rap and look, and I let them complete the whole rap. Then I was like, you got to take that off. Just playing with their mind, because I said, you can't use that tape. That's hockey tape. That's hockey. You can't, that's illegal. Oh, no, it's not. Even the inspector was letting it go, because I watched and sat there while he let them rap, right? I'm not going to throw his name out, but then I called him out. I let them complete the whole rap. Then I said, he can't use that. That's illegal. What you mean, Danny? No, he can't use that tape. That's hockey tape. Go back, go talk to Greg. Go back to the Miss Greg, come back. He can't use that. That's hockey tape. And the inspector sat there and watched him do it. But we caught it. We made him take it off, and they had to use regular tape. And it messed his whole mind up, man.
And not only did it mess his mind up, the kid was 8-0, undefeated, and he lost that fight against Cool Boy, correct?
Yes, he did.
And so the inspector, let me make sure that I want to make sure that the inspector, let me just do it like this. Do you think, in your opinion, that the inspector knew that was hockey tape or the benefits of him using hockey tape, or do you think that the inspector didn't care?
I don't think I can't say he didn't care. When you're an inspector, you're supposed to know the rules. So I don't know what happened, in that process of him, with the rules, but he allowed them to use it. So, I know he got some feedback afterwards, because he definitely because I caught something illegal. That was illegal. That Greg, was like, I don't know what happened after that, but it was caught.
Now, when you say Greg, I want the fans to understand that you're not just talking about a man who just was just sitting there as a fan. You're talking about the great Greg Serb, who's the executive director of the Pennsylvania Athletic Commission, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So when that happened, how did that make you feel? Basically holding that fighter and that trainer accountable.
Well, that's because of the experience I've been around Nazim, watching him, and he always told me, like, when these important magnitude fights, you got to go get, you got to make sure you go you wash these guys' hands, and then by looking at him while he used to rap, and I learned different techniques, what to do, what not to do, and it was funny because when Amir fought Steve Cunningham, he had to watch me rap. So yeah, that was real funny, him watching me rap. You know what I mean? And now that was the only time I ever got nervous.
So wait, so let's paint the picture here so we can unpack that real quick. So the reason why he had to watch you unpack is because it is standard in boxing. I'm just trying to educate the fans now, Danny. It is standard in boxing for the trainer of each opposing side. They can come into the dressing room of each opposing side to watch the trainer of that fighter wrap the hands of their own fighter, correct?
Yes.
Yep. And so Nazim Richardson, he was training USSC Steve Cunningham, correct?
Yeah, uh-huh.
So when he came into the dressing room, you were wrapping the other guy's hand, and he told you it ain't personal. You my man, you my protege, but I still got to watch you too because you learn.
Yeah, he'd be like, yeah. Yeah, that was the only time I got a little nervous because he was watching me.
Yes, sir. You just didn't want to make a mistake in front of your mentor.
That's right.